Welcome back to episode 35 of FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. And where did we leave this last episode? I think I was building reactors. Yeah, let's go and have a quick look at those. I am intending to get to Runic Dungeons this episode, so stay tuned for that. We won't be forgetting it, because there's some things I want in there. Yeah, so we already know about this reactor. I've changed things around a little bit. So these tesseracts transmit on frequency 1, which corresponds to this input up here. Frequency 2 is this one down here, and then everything that pulls from this one. So I have this buffer in between. One resonant energy cell's full, second one is just starting to fill. But that's the reactor you know about. In here is the new one. So this one is 230 EU per tick. I know this isn't the end. I'm intending to actually do more than this, and it's this episode. So stay tuned for that. But this is actually much better. 230 EU per tick, using 12 single fuel rods at a time. And obviously you can see this design on screen. So feel free to pause the video and follow that design if you want it. Not here. It's fairly expensive. The next one's going to be even more expensive, mind you. But that's by the by. Over here in the corner, I've built two of these items so far. The scanner, which scan completed with the iridium. In fact, I think I need to save that. Iridium, there we go. It used up the iridium though. I don't get it back, unfortunately. But that will let me choose it, I think, once I've got everything else hooked up. I need the replicator and mass fabricator and the scraps to start to flow. But I've got my first iridium ore, and that took 80 million RF into the assembly tables, or whatever they're called. So yeah, just bear that one in mind before you start building it. It takes a lot of power. They've actually finished now. And my power, given that I've now got two nukes, is pretty good. But we can get better than pretty good, can't we? Let's just make sure this isn't backing up. No, it's not good. That's also good. Let's just take a quick look before we head to the Runic Dungeon at the rain, but also my Ender Quarry. So we got it at the end of the last episode. I did go ahead and craft the Silk Touch upgrade and the Ender Quarry itself. And on top of it is the Tesseract. Frequency 2, like I said before, it's sending items and receiving energy. And this is going. Now, next to it, when I last used the Ender Quarry, it used fences, but these are the upgrade to fences. They're a QED recipe, and you have to put them at the same Y level, but other than that, you just need 3 of them to form 3 corners of a box, and hundreds of blocks that way in the same Y level, and in this case, the same X level is another one of these on a post, and the same that way for Z level. So you form 3 corners of a box, but all the same Y level. And you put this Ender Quarry next to it. I think if the fences, if I remember rightly, the fences used to attach them directly to the Ender Quarry, with the Ender Quarry being the corner. But in this case, nope, you just put it next to it, and you'll get these nice little purple effects if it actually is set up correctly. And then we can get this being pretty compact now. So heading back to our base for a second. Over here. I then got the input for that channel 2 of the Tesseract over at the reactors, and this is horrendous wiring that I will fix. So don't start calling it die wire or anything like that. Yes, I'm fully aware that this can just go straight underneath these two, and it'll work just as well. I had other things going on. I've not cleaned it up yet. Okay, I know my OCD is going myself, but basically, I'm pulling out of the Tesseract using a signal servo set to nearest first. Nearest first happens to be that filter, which is whitelisted all the stuff I don't want. There's something, I definitely don't want that stuff. And then I've just got a regular input to this. And for some reason I can see it putting stone in here, even though I've set nearest first and this is stone in it. I have no idea why that happens. Even if I put a blacklist on this for stone, I still see stone getting inserted, and cobble. I have no idea why. And that's on the filter if I put filter there as well. If you had any ideas, if I'm just misinterpreting what a filter should do, because, yeah, I mean, I mind, but for some reason it's still putting some stone in there. And that's even with this filter set to allow oversending. I don't reject anything from this. Don't know why. Maybe, well, suggestions on a postcard. Comments below. Feel free to advise. I don't remember that ever I don't remember that ever happening, but the last time I used TE with this kind of thing was because last season I used Ender.io mainly. So with TE, last time I used it was before it went to thermal dynamics and these new filter servos. It was still old pneumatic servos when I used to use them, which is the other recipe. You may remember these. Remember when you used to have to put these onto the ends of your item conduit or item duct? Yeah, so don't know. More than happy to hear your suggestions there. I could just replace it with Ender.io and it'll probably work absolutely fine. But these are a little bit cheaper. So I am going to be redesigning that a little bit later. Now that I've got a second power supply, I can shut this one off. I was just waiting for these to go down a little bit, but I don't care, to be honest. I've got something like 64 enrich uranium ready to be canned, and there's plenty more in here, so yeah. Let's go and check out Runic dungeons. I've not done these before, but I've heard that they're okay for loot, and that they might contain some more iridium. So getting to bypass the U-matter mass fabricator replicator thing with at least a few iridium would be good. In fact, let's have a look. What's the use of iridium apart from the really high tier recipes? Okay, so iridium reinforced plates, that is just the high tier recipes and the hybrid solar panels. Quantum suit body armor, kind of good. That has flight, but then I've already got a really good jet plate, so I don't really need that. Quantum suit helmet, on the other hand, not sure what that gives us. Obviously, I've got a nanosuit helmet, so I could upgrade using this. This is relatively simple once I've got the iridium. Leggings, I could definitely upgrade. And that seems to be, again, a very simple recipe. Relocator, haven't used those before. Iridium drill, don't need a drill at this stage in the game. So yeah, not much from the iridium reinforced plate. Is there anything from iridium ingots that would be useful? No. Well, the turbine blades, but they're not really items, personal items. No, so definitely the turbine blades, but I wouldn't mind. You know, that could get us into big reactors, or at least the higher tier big reactors a bit sooner. So to get into Runic dungeons, if I remember rightly, this is just me reading the guide from a while back. Where's the stone that I need? There it is. You need a chiseled stone brick, or chiseled stone block, or whatever you want to call it. And then I think I'm just gonna put the rest of my stuff away. Yeah, and then just have this, some blocks, and let's live through the night. So again, haven't tried this, not done it off camera, so you'll see my complete reaction when I get this right up and running. We can put a portal down by just putting this block down, if I remember rightly, and then hitting it with a piece of magical chalk. You find these, it says in ancient temples, that means jungle temples and desert temples. The structures that with the orange and blue wool in them. Are you going to have it? No, you're clearly not. So has this changed since the last time I looked at this? At Runic dungeon. Magical staff, maybe I need that to open it. So I need 3 magical chalk, really? Okay, I'm guessing I'm going to have to go and search for more of those then. Yeah, it's finding other things. Is it finding other things? Desert temple, blacksmith. Fine, maybe I need the staff to open it. It used to be the chalk, I'm almost sure. Unless this is either the wrong block or It is needs more room. Where's the pick? Let's just make sure it doesn't need more room. That would be silly if I could go and make the larger item, and I could make it without it. Nope, nothing happening. So let's go and get some more magical chalk. Alright, so I crafted a staff. You need 3 chalks, 2 emeralds, 2 diamonds, and 2 gold. And the magical chalk you keep. No idea why you keep it, but maybe this stuff gets used up by going into the portal. So you need more than one just chisel stone block. So let's just assemble portal. Or the portal structure anyway. So I'm just going to go for the maximum size one. You can do 2x2 of these or 1x1. How you just one of these if you want to, according to the mod author anyway. So let's just create the rest. May as well just build a large one. There we go. So will you work now? You will. And the staff did get used up, so that's what it is. So we've kind of got this set up. Let's go. And loading. And loading. Please don't kill me. So while we're loading, feel free to enter comments below if you have any ideas for other dimensions. Yes, I am planning to do Twilight Forest. Mainly because I can probably use that advanced miner that I no longer need for the overworld to dig out hollow hills, because 17 by 17 may well cover the centre of a medium-sized hollow hill. Not sure about a large one. Have to look at that one, but that saves clearing out it all the inside and putting lights up and everything like that. So yeah, that would be pretty good. And there's other stuff in the Twilight Forest, of course, like the Naga and the other bosses, the Mage Tower, and we're here. That took a little bit of time. Okay, so Runic Dungeons, the idea is you start off in a room with 4 doors. You pick a door. You only get 1 key to start, so these doors may need keys, they may not need keys. There's only about 4 or 5 types of rooms that you can get from this, so it's not going to be hugely varied, but it is like lots and lots of dungeons. So let's just go and pick one, and you will open. So let's just get rid of you 2 for a second, and light up this room a little bit. Now, it should be noted that there are spawners all over here, and they're in these. So having a good pick with you, and I need to make a new pick. I could probably make a signal and pick. And there's traps on the floor. Some of them are trapped, some of them are not. I don't know which ones are which. And that's a dropper. And inside there, I've got... No, that wasn't a key. I already had the key. Fine. Let's go and go for the 3rd one. Get rid of you. Ow. And let's just shoot you. So the final one, hopefully, should be the chest. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to break 2 blocks. Maybe I should break the one above to start with. Ah, look at that. Tin, uncommon treasure, redstone alloy, mana pearls, mana steel. Let's just take it all for a second. And let's brought my submission bag back to the system so I don't have to do anything. I can just dump everything in here. Like that. Let's see what we get in this. Uncommon treasure. I don't need the invisibility potion. Enchanting potion, not particularly need it. Knowledge fragment, if you haven't used these before, you right click them, you get some of your research points. I get a diamond and an efficiency golden axe. Fine. Okay, so let's keep going, shall we? Did we get something new? Wow, spiders! If you don't like spiders, this room is not for you. This is a different type of room, mind you. Let's just get rid of these spawners, shall we? Ow. Go away! Now, I can easily imagine this room being really quite hard if you just start in the game. So, but this is kind of a loot room, so I'm more than... I just wonder, are these breakable? Ow. Right. Let's put some light, shall we? And This is the best part of these videos. What loot do I get? Let me just put this away first so we can just... Wow, well that's not being pulled into the system. It's maybe backing up. Maybe I should go look at it at some point. Oh, don't want that going in the system. Alright, so we've got... okay, some more uncommon treasure, mana pearls, gold and dark steel. Dark steel's kind of useful. And iridium ore. That is great. Yeah, because even generating iridium like that is going to be expensive regardless. So getting that is, yeah, really happy. We can get that going. Do we get any more iridium? Dimlets, that's good for RF tools. We'll come on to that for dimension building. More dark steel. More dark steel. More mana steel. Fair enough. And, oh, 3 iridium. 4 iridium. So glad I came here. Whoever suggested this place for iridium, thank you. And a common treasure. What do we get? Anything good? More potions, some more knowledge fragments, which I don't need. Is there anything up here, I wonder? Is there another spawner maybe? Or is it just empty? It looks kind of empty. There's a dropper with a key. So... shall we go further? Bookshelves! Or rather, ancient bookshelves. This is the maze room. Okay, so left-hand rule. Well, allegedly left-hand rule. That's one of the doors. Another door. I'll take the chest, though. Come on, more iridium? No? Okay, more doors. Rotting ladder. Oh, there's another level. Cool. And another chest, which I will take. Dimlets. For some reason I can't shift click those. That's fine. Do we get any more? I forgot my left-hand rule. There's another key. And I can just keep following it this way. But I wonder, is there any, there won't be a third level. Is there a last chest maybe? No. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's head back this way, I think, to get to the front. Can I dig through you, or you... yeah, it looks like I can dig through. And do I get books back? Because if I get books back, I can bring an axe in here, and we can... well, it's taking a while. Do I have my axe tool? My axe in here. Yes, it is. Axe. I do get books, so we can clear out this maze pretty easily just by digging straight through the middle of it. But, you know, lots and lots and lots of books available for free. And there's another chest with no iridium. Yeah, it's disappointing now when I don't have iridium. It's kind of sort of a waste. It feels a little bit horrible on the loot there. I don't know how much stuff I'm actually just carrying around because I've got the... there we go, uncommon treasure. Let's grab the dark steel and... oh, I don't know, the dimlets, thaumium. Yeah, and then we can head out of here. Ow. Ow. And right click, and we should be able to head back home. So I will go and do a lot more of that off camera, of course. Getting more iridium would be good, but at least gives us a head start on creating some of those things. Although we do need to create UV matter anyway, so we may as well do one thing or the other. And it's now backstuffing with stone. Remember when I said we don't have anywhere to store stone? And this is probably full of... yeah. Exactly. So I've got a bit of an issue and everything's going to jam very, very shortly. So let me go and take care of that. Alright, so we've got that sorted. The logjam's all okay now. Again, no idea why that stone keeps coming through, even though I blacklisted it from, or whitelisted it on the actual, the can and put nearest first. Again, come back to me on that one if you've got any ideas. I'm more than willing to go to Ender.io instead. Let's just craft that new reactor design. Now, there's a few pieces here. I've shown you them before, so I didn't want to go through all the actual crafting too much. Where's my stuff? There. This is just the last component. I need 4 gold. In fact, I'm just short on plates. Let's just get those. And we can probably craft the rest down there. So, helps if I pick up the gold first. There we go. That should be fine. Let's just get some gold plates. Do it manually. There we go, and they just go like this. Right, let's go and sort that one out. So the reactor, we're going to need to shut the existing one down, and let's just change clothes. So you are getting shut down, and for that matter, let's just get rid of you and get rid of you. And you. Okay, so we're going to take all of these out. We're not going to need them. I could probably throw them away, but for now I'm just going to put them inside, like that. And we're going to need to reclaim everything else. Well, we're not going to need to, but I may as well. And grab these reactor chambers I crafted earlier. And then we can just put this down. Wow, this actually is... I'm going to put this with quartz instead of this anyway, just it has connected textures, and I like connected textures instead of hardened glass, so there's that. And I don't have the flying kit on anymore. There we go. So with 6 of those on, the reactor's open. So we need to assemble this in a very, oh well, there's lots of things to put in, so let's just put this together. Okay, so we got a couple, this is reactor plating, by the way. It's not something I've not shown you before. It's not terribly hard to make. Advanced alloy, lead plate. Not hard. So we want a couple here, and then along the bottom it needs to be spaced out with distance 2 between them. And again on this side and here. I think that's the last one. And then we're going to need to put in the components, the component heat vents. One here, one here, one here. I'm going to need more of those. There we go. One here. And I'm just going to keep filling this in. I'm not going to be talking too extensively because I just need to concentrate on the diagram. I know it's a bit obtuse if you're not used to doing this. People far smarter than perhaps you or I have already figured this out. There are rules for each of these and what each of these things do. I'm not going to worry about it too much and explain it, because by the time I've actually done that, and I have gone through it before, but by the time I've actually done that, you will have dozed off or we'll have built it. So yeah, we don't need to worry about that too much. And then these just go in these spaces, and we should be relatively easy to fit these in. They're basically in X's. They're going to surround the fuel rods, these overclocked heat vents, and they're going to do a good job of that. So let's just get the rest of those. And instead of using the heat vents, the fuel rods we were using, we're going to be using quads. So you'll see how these X's are overlapping. There's just going to be a space here. And the same thing for the next one over. Like this. Hopefully I haven't counted wrong, otherwise I'm going to have to go and make more of these. And then we've got another similar cross up here at the top. So it's basically fitting as many of this structure that we can fit in as we can. And each one of those you want to be in contact with a component heat vent, if possible. You see where they're all in contact with 2 of them, largely, around all over the place. That's how the structure's set up. And was the last set. And then there's a bit of an oddity near the top, just because you can't really do that all the way around. So you've got to give a little for that. So we should have room for 7 quads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, have I counted wrong? I may have. I need one of these in here. And then I should have another overclocked heat vent right there. And I think I'm missing it. Okay. Let's get the quad heat vents with the quad fuel rods while we can, actually, because that needs a little bit of more stuff. Let's just check that recipe out. Quad fuel rods. So 3 iron plates. So I'm going to need 7 fuel rods. So 21 iron plates and 14 copper plates. Okay. So iron plates. 21 and copper plates. 14, please. Although I am also going to need another one of those overclocked heat vents, aren't I? So let's see what I need for that. Hopefully it is nothing too stressful. It's 4 gold plates, 8 copper plates, and then a motor and some more iron plates. Fine, so let's just grab the motor. One of... and 4 more iron plates. Got the iron bars, which need 8 more copper. And then 4 more gold plate. And I've got 3. Will it actually craft? I can't remember. I don't think I've told it how to craft them. I haven't, so let's just get 4 more gold. The gold was backing up. I was just investigating a problem with that machine down there. So let's just grab... yeah, we've got that. Tins could be coming in. There's the electric. Let's just make this last component and we've got the reactor design complete. Okay, one of those. Circle to get one of these. And then the final bit is the gold, isn't it? So we need to take that with us. And we're going to want 14 copper plates and we should be done. There we go. Auto crafting. I should tell it how to make gold plate. I haven't really needed it though until we got to reactor design, so we may as well. Now we've got a reactor. Alright, so let's just craft the last bit. We wanted one of these with 4 gold plates around it. That should be done. And change back. And now let's make some quads. Let's just get all this in our inventories for a second and get rid of it. We're going to want them like this, and like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to go there. And then I think that's it. That looks right. So you can see when I turn it on. So what I'm also going to do is just move this because we don't really want all that cabling in the way, just to make like the other one in the other room, which means we can just put it right here. I'll have to put some blast-proof stuff. And then we've got to connect it up. 1, 2. There we go. And then a... where's my lever? Alright. Please work. Please work. Please work. 420 EU per tick. Thank you. Now, this core temperature shouldn't get too high. There are designs, by the way, that you can run that get a lot of power, but you can't run them continuously like this. You have to control that, switch things on and off. And that's part of why there's a mod called Reactor Control, I think, or something like that. Reactor? That's big reactors. Something like that. IC2 reactor control or something along those lines. I haven't needed it because I generally go for designs that are just going to run as is. And this one, that's exactly what it's doing. Right now it's sending power over to here we should be receiving it awfully fast. In the moment it's being used, however, so something's being filled up, I think. That is outputting power. That may be the quarry that's hoovering all of this new power. So what I'm going to do between the episodes is go and update this one, which I've just finished at 230 EU per tick. When these run out, I'm then going to switch them over to the quad design, move all this stuff around, and then we should have 800 EU per tick, which will then get converted and dropped into this, which I'm kind of happy about. So hopefully you've liked this. We got Runic Dungeons done, or at least I can do it off camera now after I've shown you it a bit. Got a new reactor design, and you've seen the Ender Quarry working. Yeah, pretty good episode, I think. Tell me what you think. See in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why if you didn't. I know I got the number of components wrong by 1. Yes, your OCD can complain at me. So, yeah, if you haven't subscribed before and you want to see more episodes, feel free to subscribe or just follow me on Twitter and you'll get notifications that way. Whichever you prefer, really. I'm all up to whatever you want to do. And I just keep getting more and more ender pearls. I don't use them fast enough yet. So we got our iridium, by the way, just before I close the episode. That iridium is now scanned down there, so we can actually make it once I set up the scrap system. I will show you the scrap system next episode, along with how we're going to make it into U matter and how that is going to be made into the iridium. But we are going to then need to, process that iridium into probably this iridium reinforced plate. Seems the most common thing. You need that for the angel wings. Angel wings, yeah, I'm not too convinced that that's amazing now that I've got this jet plate, to be honest. But there are other things we need it for. The hybrid solar panels, Sonarium alloy, etc, etc. Haven't used Graviation Suite. Not too concerned about the armor. What do you guys think? Is there a particular thing you want to see with your iridium? Or particularly you've used iridium before? I'm more than happy to look at that as well. Anyway, end of the episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.